just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We're just seconds away from getting this one started. And here we go from New Orleans. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Miller. And they get him down after a solid gain up to the 31. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Working quickly here.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and...
Here's Rattler. He completes it in traffic. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it with all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go, here we go.
They go left side with Miller. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
From the red zone now. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Again, it's Miller. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have it on 2nd and short. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running for the marker with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Stafford gonna go on 4th. Cup on the catch. And he's gonna get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. A throw right side, finds Cup. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford back to throw. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings them to 3rd down. Now Stafford again. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 28. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. It's the Rams looking at 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
He'll get this to Cup. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Throw complete to Williams. And he's brought down for a loss. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. Throwing now, Stafford. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you've got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Stafford from the gun. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams earn the chance to tie before halftime. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game remains to be seen, Brock, but no doubt about it on that opening drive. He was the star. Bunch of catches. To begin this one.
Yeah, Kate, I think it's twofold. Number one, this guy, you just know, you want to get that engine started because when it revs hot, big things happen for this offense. Number two, you felt like there were people there you could pick on defensively. And this defense better find some answers for this playmaker.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Rattler to the air now. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's going to be touchdown. Brock looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 29. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
To the air, 3rd and long. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. This one misses the tight end. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Throwing it just before halftime. Throwing for the end zone. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Here's Smith on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 39. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Stafford now on 3rd down. That's taken in by Cup. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Stafford now on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted! Alontae Taylor has it. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And cycle. Ready. Will green. Check, huh?
From the 38. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by their rookie out of Florida State.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Straight ahead with Williams. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Brought in close to the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Williams can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or you're now forced to put the ball in the air. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Big play here, tie game, and here comes 4th and goal. Back to throw it. And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's brought in by Miller. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're through 3 here. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Double 38. Blast it. Six. Cut.
Back now, pressure on its way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
49-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. Shakes himself free. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Offense in the hurry up here.
An 8-yard pickup brings up 4th down and 1.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Cycle. Here we go. Set. Set. Cut.
This time it's a passing play. Completes this one to Hill.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down now, 7 to go.
37. Black shot. Set. Ready. Red. Yellow. Cut. Cut.
From the 34. Cut by Miller. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Field. Black. Set. Cut.
Here's Rattler. Rolling left, buying some time. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Back to throw. Flush down now to his left. He's keeping it again. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
And on this third down, Rams electing to go with a dime set.
Down. Cut. Cut.
Here he is to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. They've got to keep moving quick here. On second down, they're running with Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
He'll look to throw it. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. He's back to throw. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
From the gun, a give to Miller. Jukes out of one, and he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints tie things up at 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go.
Running once more with Miller. And he's chased all the way to the sideline and out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal. So here's Blake Groupie with a game in the balance. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.